All right, we got the Revan Grill Master here. Hillbilly Jack. How your wieners feeling?
Pretty damn good.
Boys and girls and everything in between. I'm Ryan, and this is another episode of Cherezian Racing you're watching. If you guys haven't been with us before, we do some dirt track racing out here in California, and we got a little bit different motto. If it's bent, we don't believe it's broken. We'll bend it back in place, weld it up, make it usable for another round. Try to make this thing we call racing just a little bit more reasonable. But anyways, I just got off work, headed home to the pit stop. And we got a lot of work in front of us. We got about 2 weeks exactly until our race on January 1st at Stockton with the Tri-State Pro Stocks. And we got Christmas right smack dab in the middle of that with a whole bunch of family stuff. So we got to get working here pretty soon and get this thing done. Anyways, we're in basically the middle of redoing the whole entire back half of the car. We're redoing all the rear suspension and stuff, all in-house there in our little one-car garage. So if you guys are like us and you do some backwoods budget Saturday night racing, you guys are in the right spot. You guys are in the high dollar Lucas late model oil racing, I don't know, big teams. Probably not in the right spot because we don't have a whole lot of money and we make do with what we have. But anyways, we're gonna drink a whole lot of beer, have a lot of fun, and if you guys like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button and catch up on everything we're doing. You're classy, man.
The wine glass ones.
Alright. This one is mine.
Alright.
And that one's yours. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Alright guys, we got Old Faithful Eric here. We got a couple more things we gotta do. Gotta fix reverse still in the transmission and start getting some more welding done on the rear end. And then also, of course, drink a whole lot of beer on the way.
Absolutely.
Alright, let's get to work. Alright, Eric's taking a shower under here with ATF.
Well, I'm never under your car without smelling something.
That's true. About to pull that side cover off, and we're hoping that the reason it doesn't have reverse is that little set screw backed out like it did last time back. I think it was in end of August when we had a double header weekend. Antioch Speedway, I think, is when we lost reverse. There's a video way back on that, but yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Hoping that's what it is. Fingers crossed. Got this rear end out and start cutting and welding, making some more bracing. That might help having it hooked up. I can grab one of them.
I think this set screw is just backed out.
I hope it is.
Yeah, it's definitely backed out for sure.
This is either reverse or that feels really easy.
Yeah, you're backed out.
Set screw is backed out again.
Mm-hmm. Little Allen?
Yeah, a little tiny guy. I don't know why they made such a small Allen on these Falcon transmissions.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely yeah, you're definitely backed out.
I think a little Loctite this time might do the trick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it all the way out. I'll dry everything off.
Yeah, spray some brake clean in there and
yeah.
Little Loctite going back in. I want to show you guys something over here. This is why you don't work on race cars when you're drunk. I thought that was on there straight, up and down, as you can see. A little bit crooked, so I gotta fix it. Alright, we got the Revan Grill Master here. Hillbilly Jack. How your wieners feeling?
Pretty damn good.
You got a couple more on here for me?
Have yourself a warm bun.
wheel it is.
that's a cutoff wheel on a grinder, right?
Close enough.
All right, guys, so didn't get a whole lot of talking done last night, but Eric got the shock mounts, the bars and everything cut up, so all we gotta do is weld that back in place. And I've been working on this rear end housing, getting everything welded up, braced up, and it looks like crap still, but it's almost done. All I gotta do is plate this pull bar bracket and box it in, and then she'll be done, and I'll give you guys a good look at it after it's after that last piece is in, and show you guys pretty much how I custom made all these brackets and stuff. Also just got a package in from Speedway. This should be the last box I need to get this thing on the track January 1st. So let's see what we got in here. Got the pull bar, inner mud plug, and then if you guys remember, power steering cap. Back in Halloween, October 31st, we raced Antioch Speedway. That was the last race of the year for us. And lap one, we got in a wreck, a little tangle, and ended up losing the power steering cap. So that should be the missing link. I'm gonna get work on this thing. I'll show you guys in a second. Pretty much all this is scrap, including this piece I'm gonna cut out for the pull bar mount to box it in. This is an old hunk of steel I had lying around for a long time, rusted up. I'm gonna cut it out, grind the rust off, not pay a dime. All right, so I cut that plate out and I ground all the rust and debris off. Gave it a quick little rattle can, mostly for the inside. But I'm gonna do something right now that I never do, and I really kind of despise of other people when they do it. I talk myself up and say how good I am right here. Usually when people are talking themselves up and saying they're the best or whatever, rubs it the wrong way, and usually they're not the best, like they claim to be. But check this out. This is the best weld I think I've ever done my whole life. With the AC arc welder, 6011 rod. Somehow I got this thing to work like that and come out with that kind of quality. Don't know what I'm doing, but I just... All right, with no further ado, finally got the rear end done. I think I said in my last video, this is my first time trying to tackle a job like this, where taking basically a bare rear end and welding all the mounts and spring perches and stuff where I want to put them. But it's finally done after many hours of doing stuff here and there on it. Let me give you a rundown of kind of what's going on here and what I had to do to this thing. The only thing that was easily put on and looks like a weld in place kind of deal was a right rear spring perch. This thing didn't need any modifications. Everything else was a pain in the butt. The Dave Ham pull bar mount didn't really line up too well with my housing here, so I had to put a spacer in the back to get it welded up. And then obviously the bracing I had to put in here to try to strengthen it up. I've seen these things lay over before when they're not braced. And then my Southwest Speed spring perch clamp-on bracket. You guys saw in the last video how much I had to work that thing and do a couple rounds with the torch and a hammer with Johnny. So that thing was a pain in the butt. And I ended up cutting off the back half of it where the shock mount was at, and I put it right here because that's where I want the shock to be. And let me show you guys what I had to do with the lower control arms, because I pretty much made everything down there from scratch, just out of a bunch of scrap metal I had lying around. So here's my lower control arm mounts. They don't look pretty, right? Got this big old bulky welds going on everywhere that I hope are going to be strong enough, but I don't really have any doubt in my mind they won't be. So I put those on. These were basically mounts that I cut off the bottom of the bird cages. If you guys saw the video maybe 2 videos ago when I was spraying down and washing the housing, the bird cages that are on there, I cut those mounts off and put them on there, and then I ended up putting a little bar back here to brace it so they don't lay over, like let's say maybe the J-bar breaks or something and you're on ones to walk out. I'd rather bend heim joints than bend brackets, so I beefed the crap out of all that stuff. Same thing over here. I ended up putting the shock mount on the bracing here for the lower control arm, and just kind of welded on some chain links or chain mounts to put the chain on for the left rear, and then this one was already here on the rear end. The rear end did come with the brake caliper mounts. That one was welded in place, but this one was a clamp on, and so I had to kind of move this over and get it where I wanted, and then I did the tack weld thing because that is a clamp on. But that's it. This thing is finally done. You guys let me know in the comments what you think of it. I'm pretty impressed with how it all came out. I was kind of skeptical on if I was going to be able to do it, if I had the right materials and stuff, and the welding. I don't know if that was going to be strong enough, but it looks like it's okay. So let me know what you guys think. We're ready to go racing, man. I'm going to put this thing back on the car, and I still got to do the pull bar mount here, which is going to come maybe in the next video. Got to do that, tie that into the frame. But yeah, it's pretty much all done. So you guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time here on Cherezian Racing. And you guys let us know what you think in the comments. Like I said, we'll be out there January 1st, hopefully, fingers crossed. And also fingers crossed that this thing's gonna go back in, and all the new adjustments and stuff I put back there with the geometry that is all changed with the different angle control arms and stuff. Cross my fingers on that one. You guys cross your fingers too, that this thing is gonna turn well and hook up well right out of the box, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of tuning on it. So we'll see. See you guys later.